Okay, everybody, this is lesson 8.3. And so last lesson we were doing double digit addition. Today we're going to do double digit subtraction using base 10 blocks. So our essential question is, how can you subtract tens? All right, so the question is, Tara has 30 seashells. So let's write that down. Remember, you always want to find the information, the important parts of your problem first. So Tara has 30 seashells. So we'll write Tara and 30. And we can also draw using our base 10 blocks. So that's 10, 20, 30. You can also draw little lines. You don't have to draw the things like I do. 20 of the shells are big. The rest are small. So let's do that over here. 20, let's do a B for big. 20 are big. And then the rest, we don't know how much that is, so we'll put a question mark. Or let's do S for small. Okay. How many small shells does she have? All right, so already let's talk about what we know. We know that altogether she has 30 shells. We also know that 20 of those shells are big. What we need to figure out, how many of those shells are small? All right, so just looking at our base 10 blocks here, we could solve this problem just using these base 10 blocks. Let me show you how. So we know we have 30, we know 20 are big. So let's just take 20 away. So we know this is 10 and this is 20. So if I cross these out, what am I left with? I'm left with 10. So that tells me that I have 10 small shells. Now if I were to do this in a number sentence form, it would look like this. 30 take away 20 equals 10. Or we can stack it, which I think is easier to solve. 30 take away 20. Remember, we're going to solve one side and then the other side. So 0 take away 0, and 3 take away 2. So we get the same answer. We have 10 small shells. All right, so let's try another one. We're going to use this box here. Sammy has 50 shells. So Sammy with 50 shells. He gives 30 shells to his friend. So 30 shells he's going to give to his friend. So I'm just going to draw a stick figure here. There's his friend. So what we want to know is, how many shells does he have now? All right, so let's start with our base 10 blocks. How many are we starting with? That's right, we're starting with 50. Let's draw that. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And again, we can just solve using these base 10 blocks, okay? So I already know that he gave 30 away. We're trying to figure out how many he has left over, okay? So I can automatically take 10, 20, 30 away. So if I take 30 away from the 50 he has, how many do I have left over? I have 10, 20. All right, so that's one way to solve it. And another way, we can write out our number sentence. So we would start with the number we know Sammy has to begin with, and then we know he gave 30 away. So we're going to take 30 away to get our answer. So we have 50 take away 30, just like we did in the base 10 blocks. We're left with 20. And then my favorite way, stacking. You can also solve it this way. 50 starting with, he gave 30 away, 0 take away 0, 5 take away 3. So your answer is going to be 20. All right, so let's try some more practice problems on the next page. I'm on page 326, and I am starting off in our model and draw box, if I could get this to focus. There we go. So the question is, how can you find 80, take away 30? So down here, they're using base 10 blocks. And here, they're using the number sentence. So if we're just doing a number sentence, this is kind of a mental math thing. They have 80 take away 30 equals 50. An easier way would be you could just take this 8 and this 3. We know that equals 5. Then you just have to remember to add the 0. But if we're using base 10 blocks, we know we need to start with 80 altogether. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now we want to take 30 away. And I'm out of focus again. It's a little frustrating. There we go. So I'm taking 30 away. So all of these are gone. So now this is what I have left right here. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so that means I've got 5 10s left, which is equal to 50. And then that last way that I like to do it, where you stack the problem, it's a little easier to solve. 0 take away 0, 8 take away 3. Okay? All right, so let's do some practice problems. Moving on to number 1. You're going to draw to show 10s, write the difference, and you're going to write how many 10s. All right, so we're starting out with 60. So how many 10s is that? That's right, it's 6 10s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of those are we taking away? We're taking 20 away, so that means we're taking 2 10s away. So let's take these 2 out. So here's what I have left right here. So how many 10s do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 10s is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. All right, so here we have 70 take away 30, or 70 minus 30. So that means we're starting with 7 10s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we were taking away 30, so that means 3 10s. So these 3 10s are gone. So here's what we have left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 10s left. And we know from our last problem, 4 10s is the same as 40. Good job, you guys. All right, so here we start. We have 80 take away 20, or 80 minus 20. That means we have 8 10s to start with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're taking 20 away, which means we have 2 10s we're taking away. So let's take those out. And here's what we have left. So how many 10s is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10s. And 6 10s is equal to, let's count out, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 80 take away 20 is 60. All right. So 90 take away 40, or 90 minus 40. So if we have 90, we know we have 9 tenths to start out with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's a lot of marks there. And we want to take 40 away, so that means we have 4 10s we want to take away. So 1, 2, 3, 4 10s that I want to take out. And that leaves me with how many 10s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, 5 10s is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Just like that. Good job, you guys. All right, let's do a few more. Okay, we're going to be solving them the same way we were on the previous page. So 80 take away 40. So we start out with 8 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're taking 40 away, so that means we're taking 4 tens away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that leaves me with how many tens? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tens. And 4 tens is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. So our answer to 80 take away 40 is 40. All right, so we have 90 take away 70. So we start with how many tens? Sorry, we start with 9 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're taking 70 away, so that means we're taking how many tens away? We're taking 7 tens away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo, big cross mark here. And I am left with how many tens? 1, 2. And 2 tens is equal to 10, 20. So 90 take away 70 is 20. All right, let's move down here to 70 take away 50. So we have 7 tenths to start with. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to take away 50, so that means I'm taking 5 tens away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cross those out. And I am left with 1, 2 tens, which is equal to, same over here, the same as the 2 tens over here were equal, 10, 20. You guys are doing such a good job. All right, so here I have 30 take away 30. If I have 30, that means I have 3 tens, so 1, 2, 3. And I'm taking the same amount of tens away, so I'm taking 3 tens away. So if I'm crossing out all of my tens, how many tens do I have? I've got 0 tens. So the answer to my problem is 0. 30 take away 30 is 0. All right, so I would like you to do numbers 1 through 4, and then number 1 and 2 on the back of that same page. So that's 328A and B. And I will post the answers on Class Dojo. All right, see you guys next time.